All right.
Whoa, that's loud.
Is it loud?
It's really loud.
Okay.
Yeah, pull it back.
All right. Sorry. Well, we're back. It's Friday, and beautiful day here in Dubuque again. Jelaine and I are taking it, just the two of us today. So, yeah, and I've been told we got some comments. Sean. Yeah. Yep. Sean has requested that we keep it shorter. So we're going to be a little bit more crisp today, a little bit less of the
You guys are busy.
Yeah, no, we get that. So we get that. And speaking of busy, I'm going to just start off with the business, and things are really, really busy right now. This is typically a busy time of the year anyway. We have a weekly call with Smithfield, and this week and next week are their busiest weeks of the year historically, so we're right in the thick of it. And then you couple that with the impact of the coronavirus that we've talked about, and the shrinking driver pool and so forth, and the demand for our services, frankly, has never been higher than it is right now. We measure that with how many loads we reject from our customers, and it is off the charts. So demand is really, really, really strong right now.
Which we're actually known for not rejecting loads. So we do our best to service our customers during this time. So it's a pretty extreme situation when we have to say we can't take the load.
Yeah, and we are accepting the loads we agreed to do. It's just that a lot of the other lanes that other carriers are supposed to be doing, they're not stepping up and doing, and so those are coming our way. Now, that creates a tremendous opportunity, and that's how, if you go back over the last 8 years, this organization's had a couple of large growth spurts. 2014 and 15, we doubled in size, and then 17, 18, we doubled in size again. And that was an environment similar to this, where services were in really high demand and where other carriers were not able to fulfill their commitments. We were able to step in and grow. And we've got that opportunity again as we look at next year and what's happening now. And I'm really proud to say that our turnover rates, our driver retention rates, have never been lower than they are right now. And
huge shout out to everybody, everybody on the road, and everybody servicing those who are on the road. We're just doing a stellar job.
So just to put it in perspective, I mean, this is, we have a lot of drivers. We have about 2,100 drivers, and over the last few weeks, we're averaging about 15 to 17 driver terminations a week. 15 to 17 too many now, and roughly about a third of those folks, a third of them, we've asked to leave because they're not living up to our expectations, whether that be around safety or service or what have you. So again, retention rates have never been lower, and we're also attracting a ton of drivers that want to come to Hirschbach as well, and so our recruiting classes are quite large right now, and so you couple those two things together, and we are starting to expand organically, to grow, and being able to capitalize on many of these new opportunities that are being presented to us from our customers. And there are traditional opportunities in our main business with refrigerated, proteins, meats, but there's also what I'd call non-traditional Hirschbach opportunities that are coming our way that we're capitalizing on. We're earning more dedicated business, new dedicated fleets, and we'll get you some more information on what some of those are. Some of them are very close to closing. And then we started this West Coast regional operation. We talked about that previously, bringing over about 60 drivers from RTI that came over a few weeks ago, but we're expanding upon that, so that Western 11 states is a new piece of business, a regional business that our customers are really excited about taking advantage of that new capacity out there.
So that actually gives you guys more opportunity. You don't have to be as selective about where you're recruiting for other drivers. We have a lot more opportunities depending on where they live. We can actually service a lot of those new drivers that you're coming across, and kind of showing them your settlement and earning that $1,200 to increase our fleet size.
Only good drivers, though, please.
We ask that you watch them back up and then hand over the referral card.
But yeah, I mean, guys that live in Washington or Utah or California, we would never hire drivers like that before, and so the map has definitely been opened up. And I'm not checking emails here. I'm just we've got in the spirit of trying to keep this short, we've got an agenda here and items that we want to cover, and I want to make sure that we're getting them all covered. The next thing that I would, a little bit, maybe a little bit glimpse into the future. Next year, we're doing some planning right now for next year and actually the next 5 years. And we've got a big planning meeting next week on Tuesday and so forth. But one of the things I wanted to talk to the fleet about, to lay some expectations out there for you, which I think will be very welcome news, is we're going to be expanding the number of facilities we have. And so we're evaluating where those facilities should be, and we expect to have, over the next several years, to add a number of facilities in our network where you can get, your equipment worked on, where you can park safely, and where you can get out of the truck and do some laundry and so on and so forth.
We are very, very excited about this. So many people have asked, where we had to shut down our Atlanta terminal, and we're going to be looking at that area. We know that a lot of people live down there, and we want to make sure that we can service you and give you a safe place to park for a while.
Now, Atlanta's probably not a facility that's going to happen anytime soon. There are some other facilities as we look at our network that have a bigger impact as far as where the lanes go and so forth. But some of the early ones that are coming to the top of the list, outside the Chicagoland area, maybe around Joliet, Illinois, we have that is the densest. The Chicagoland market is the densest. We have a heat map basically of where all of our equipment is. And the Chicagoland area is the densest in our whole network. Kansas City is another one that is probably on the top of the list, and in some location out on the East Coast, maybe around the Allentown area. We're still evaluating. We're on the East Coast, but those are three probably that look to be very most impactful in the network. Those are probably the first three that we're looking at. But stay tuned, and something to look forward for as we move forward.
Good.
All right, let's see what else we got. I should, along the lines of new business, in addition to the West Coast business that I mentioned, that regional fleet, we've talked about on previous podcasts that we're creating a high-value division. Now, arguably everything we haul is high value. Some of these loads of beef that we're hauling are up to $500,000 of value of product.
It's a lot of tenderloins.
So those are definitely high value. But these are new product lines that we haven't historically handled. They're also sort of a high theft risk. But tobacco, some of you have participated in the RJR business that started. We're migrating some of that business into a specialized group, this high-value group, that's going to be managed by Mike Smith, who we've introduced previously, and out of the new office in Salt Lake. which will-
I still owe you a painting, Mike, if you're watching this, so
Yeah.
it's coming.
And probably at some point that Salt Lake market turns into a terminal as well, and not just an office. But anyway, so it's tobacco products, it's alcohol products, it's pharmaceutical products. That's what this business will be doing, and we're not going to be hiring people off the street to go into the high-value division. We'll be recruiting drivers from either our over-the-road or dedicated fleets that want to go into that high-value division, or the West Coast fleet, for example, and folks that we know and trust and have impeccable records. So.
Great.
So if you're interested in that growing high-value division, raise your hand and let us know. I guess the last thing, really, as we wrap things up, the last thing, which is really the most important thing, is your safety and the safety of those around you. And Jillian and I just got done talking to a new group of drivers that are starting with Hirschbach today, and we do that every week, multiple times a week. It was 4 times this week.
Really good, yeah. Good group of people coming on.
Yeah.
Mainly who have heard from other drivers, so thank you for reaching out and helping us grow and retain great drivers.
But I just maybe I'll just say to all of you what I say to each of these classes that come in about safety. And safety is a value, right? It's never to be compromised. And as important as our customer shipments are to deliver those on time, that's a really high priority of ours in this organization, is delivering our customers freight on time. The safety end of things, being safe, your safety, the safety of others, that's more important. That's never to be compromised, and I really mean that, and I'm asking all of you to please recommit yourself to being safe. And how do you do that? Listen to your bodies. If your logbook tells you you got hours, but your body tells you need to be taking a nap, take the nap. We're getting into weather. We're getting into the winter time. We just had a driver 2 days ago that was operating at night and came into some ice and ended up jackknifing and going off the road. Thankfully, he wasn't hurt. Thankfully, he did not have a collision with another vehicle. But we're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars of expense, and his job here at Hirschbach is in jeopardy as a result of it. So don't take any unnecessary risk out there. Err on the side of safety. If the weather conditions say that you shouldn't be out there, then pull over, raise your hand, let us know what's going on. When you are out there on the road, I was out there about a month ago, and you see all sorts of people that are following too close. Don't be in a hurry. Back off. Go slower. Let the people get around you. Keep your cushion. Even more so now during the winter time. Keep a nice cushion in front of you. Don't worry about someone getting in front of you and taking that space. If they want to get ahead of you, that's what they want to do. They don't want to get ahead of you and just park there. They want to keep going faster. So these things. I'm just asking you to recommit yourself to doing it right, and don't allow distractions like cell phones. Don't allow the boredom. Don't ignore what your body's telling you. Don't ignore what the weather conditions are. And when you're in close quarters, don't be lazy. Get out of your trucks, assess the situation. If you got to pull up. And if you got to, if it takes a couple times, that's fine. All of you are competent and skilled operators. There's no reason for any of you to ever have an accident. And that's the standard here at Hirschbach, we're going to continue to raise the bar here. You know, our safety coaches, I've asked our safety coaches and Rob Oddie and BK and the team to really raise the bar. And so for the vast majority of you that do an incredible job out there, you know, again, good news is that we're raising the bar, and we're not going to let a few rotten apples spoil the bunch. We're not going to put up with speeding. We're not going to put up with, you know, people following too closely and doing things that are risky out there.
Just, yeah, I would say the road conditions are changing quickly and daily, and, you know, in Iowa, we don't have any snow yet, but it is coming, and so things are gonna get a little dicier out there, and everybody's gonna have to remember how to drive in winter, and, you know, allow those people around you to figure it out as well. So if they're not driving safe, back off, stay away from them.
Yeah, and those people, I mean, those people are, right, they're parents, they're kids, there's nephews, there's nieces, their grandchildren, what have you. All those people out there, you know, you are out there to operate safely and protect those people. You know, that's the mentality that we want all of you to have here at Hirschbach.
Great.
All right.
One other thing on a note that we were over in East Dubuque on Thanksgiving, and I think about 10 drivers came up and started talking about showers. So it's a very personal thing, obviously. We want to honor you and the work that you do out there and up our level of cleanliness. It doesn't happen in the blink of an eye and that quickly. We are going to be hiring extra people to make sure that our showers are cleaned as often as Love's is kind of the standard bearer out there, right? I think they clean after everybody's taking, after each shower, and we are going to get there. So that's our commitment to you. It is coming. I think Brad might have had a deadline of January 1.
Yep, that's the date. January 1, spick and span. And, you know, I think along those lines, we had like, everyone likes the new platforms for being able to move your gear from one truck to a new truck. And the way there is a lot of that activity that's happening. It's happening right now. And there'll be a ton of that activity happening next year. But, yeah, someone reported that, hey, you know, the waste paper basket up there is overfilling and so forth. So
yeah, you're doing a big cleanse from one place to another. So yeah, Tony's already got that already implemented that change. So let me know. So
we are going to make sure that we have not only more facilities, but nice facilities that are clean. And so you know, please, if there are other things that you guys, you know, guys and gals see out there that can make this special organization, make it even more special, let us know. I mean, that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to make Hirschbach the best trucking company that's ever existed, and we want to get better every single day.
All right, I look forward to hearing from you. It's the suggestions icon on your app, so I'll find the person to direct it to, and we'll take your suggestions very seriously. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Have a good day.
Have a great week. We'll see